This is Rob Tebbutt from Behind the Gloves. I'm pleased to be joined by the Commonwealth Cruiserweight Champion Luke the Duke Watkins. We're here in the aftermath of Lawrence Okolie's resounding points victory over Isaac Chamberlain. What did you make of British beef?
Not much, if I'm honest. You know, there was a lot of pushing, a lot of leaning, a lot of holding going on, and they just did what they could do. They made the best of what they could. It's a shame that it didn't catch fire like we was all expecting, but that's what happens in boxing. We've seen this many a times. You know, we're all looking forward to a fight. One I remember specifically was Bellew, Cleverly. Was it Cleverly and Bellew? It was Cleverly and Bellew. That's it, up in Liverpool. And you know, for 6 rounds, it was alright, and then for the next 6, it was literally just hugging and bear crawling on the rope. But it happens. This is what happens. And congratulations to Lawrence Okolie.
What do you feel like was the determining factor in Okolie being victorious?
I think he was too big, too strong. I have a question, which obviously I don't know if they're going to tell me, but does Lawrence make weight? Does he come down and make the weight? And he keeps his strength from the weight? And does Lawrence walk around at the weight? Not Lawrence, sorry, does Isaac walk around at the weight? I don't know. But there was a lot of holding. I think the ref could have caught up with Lawrence a bit sooner, which, if that had happened, they would have both stopped holding, pushing, and the fight could have been completely different. But it didn't. It is what it is.
Just want to touch upon that, because the general consensus at ringside was that the first point deduction, which was of course for Chamberlain, seemed harsh at the time. There didn't seem to be a warning. There was no warning.
Come on, there was no warning. Howard Foster took a point off of another fight earlier on, but there was, you know, 2 free warnings, you know, 2 casual warnings, then 1 stern warning, then bang, point. And that's the way it should be. You know, I thought it was out of order, if I'm honest.
How does something like that change the fight for Isaac Chamberlain, having a warning for holding? How does that impact you mentally?
Well, I don't know about impacting him mentally, but if they were on the same playing field and got the points at the same time, then, you know, oh, I don't want to be disqualified, I better fight. And it would have been a completely different fight, but it is what it is.
Obviously this took place in your division. I'm going to say your division because I've got you on camera and you're bigger than me. Where does this put you? I mean, is the Lawrence Okolie, that was something that was discussed beforehand? He obviously takes the WBA Continental title. Is that a fight that you're looking for now? Is that a fight that you're interested in?
I don't go looking for fights. It's what fight makes sense for me. You know, financially first and foremost, because that's what we're in this. We're in here to make money, and what makes sense for my agenda. You know, I want to unify the division. I want to fight Matty Askin and put the Commonwealth against the British. That, to me, is the fight I want. If a fight with him come up and it made sense to me, then I'd fight him as well. You know, I think that we're all going to fight each other regardless. The cruiserweight division domestically is thriving.
Just a final word on Isaac Chamberlain. I think it's fair to say he didn't have his best of nights this evening. How hard do you think it's going to be for him to come back from that performance?
Not that hard. It's still very early in both of their careers. You know, this was a big occasion. They've just done 10,000 at the O2, and fair play to them both. They had to deal with the pressure of that, and as a fighter, and I'm sure all other fighters will know, pressure comes with that, and it comes with the territory. I don't think it will do much damage to him. I think he'll just come back and he'll be fine.
Okay, when can we expect to see you back in the ring?
I'm back out March the 3rd, Swindon, on a trifecta show. No retreat, no surrender. Get at me if you want to come, ticket, shout me. Social media, The Duke Watkins. Find me, follow me, talk to me, let me know. Great talking to you.
Luke The Duke Watkins, Commonwealth Cruiserweight Champion. Thanks very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Hey, my fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.